You can start, sir.
Yeah. So good evening, everybody who has logged on to the call. Welcome back to the ATL Tinker from Home module and YouTube sessions that we have been organizing regularly for all of you over the past several months. It is always indeed a pleasure for me and a privilege for me to be able to join this interaction with every one of you because we always have some very exciting speakers, leaders, great thinkers, innovators who join us on these sessions. And you are all, and I'm also personally allowed and enabled to listen to their views, their ideas. It gives us many new ideas to work on. It also brings out the importance of various aspects of whatever we are trying to do in terms of innovation, in terms of creative thinking, and in terms of how do we leverage it for good. Not only for socio-economic progress of the country, but also for becoming a very innovative country across the world. Now, all of you young students who have logged on, as well as parents and teachers and mentors, first of all, I hope every one of you is safe and sound and healthy under these difficult COVID-19 circumstances. And as usual, I hope that every one of you are practicing the safeguards that are advocated by your institution, your state government, or by the health authorities in your area. I am sure that this COVID-19 will come to pass soon. There are a lot of talks about vaccines being worked upon, and I do hope that one of them quickly brings the much needed solace and solution that we all need. But in the meantime, it has been very inspiring, not only for me, but also for all of us at Atal Innovation Mission, that every one of you young students have been very busily engaged in learning from our Tinker from Home modules of Atal Innovation Mission and Atal Tinkering Labs. As some of you are aware, these have resulted in some amazing innovations being done by young students, whether it is in 3D printing, whether it is in robotics, IoT devices, miniaturized electronics. Many of you have started developing apps. Quite a few have developed games because of the game development modules that we have introduced. We have developed app development modules for both the teachers as well as the students. And many of you have registered. I understand by the last count, more than 50,000 students have registered for the app development modules that Atal Innovation Mission has launched along with its partners. So it is fantastic to see that every one of you have used the COVID-19 times to actually pivot to online learning, to digital learning, and to keep yourself engaged in innovation, because that is so very important for our country. Now, one of the very important aspects of Atal Tinkering Labs that we have is the focus on hands-on tinkering with technology that is relevant and modern and state-of-the-art. And technologies like Internet of Things, sensor technologies like robotics, which is enabling a completely different level of automation to happen. It is able to integrate computing, communications, sensor technologies, motor technologies all together and create wonderful robotic devices, which can be of great help in multiple areas, whether it is in a field, whether it is in a factory, whether it is in a hospital for healthcare, whether it is a robot that can help serve. I mean, yesterday I was seeing, for example, on the TV on CNN, there is a program which CNN runs regularly on technology advances, and there is this company iFood in Brazil who is using robotics to serve in the restaurants. You know, people are able to now get the food automatically through robots which are moving within the restaurant. So because many people are not able to come, the waiters are not able to come, and then they're using drone technology for delivering food right to the doorstep of a particular house. Now, these are all things that are happening in a post-COVID-19 world, and we all have to brace up for that. But there is also how do you make all of this very exciting and very interesting to learn? And that is why the Tinkering Labs have been set up, so that you are all very excited about dabbling and playing and tinkering with technology. But you know, when we were very young, all of us, even before technology came, there was one thing that almost every young school student was very familiar with, and they were the Lego blocks. We all, I mean, our children have learned. I mean, I learned playing with Lego blocks, building blocks, with which you can construct so many things, and it was always fascinating. Thousands and thousands of pieces, using them very intellectually, very creatively, to be able to create either houses or cars or aeroplanes or you name it. So Lego has been a familiar word to us right from our birth. And I'm sure most of you young students, your parents must have brought you a whole lot of Lego toys to be able to play with and to tinker around. So Lego, I think, has always been a leader in tinkering, because a small child, they like to tinker, they like to play around with all these small, small blocks. But then subsequently, Lego has pivoted to make this tinkering a big educational tool through their various interventions. The Lego Mindstorm kits that are now is a very strong educational kit. They have worked with MIT in collaborating with them and being able to come up with various levels of the Mindstorm kit. And now I think it is the EV3 kit which is out there. I don't know whether new kits are out, which are going to come out. But these kits have integral to them a computer brick where there is a computing power, and then they have sensors and they have motors, and you are able to create robotic arms, you're able to create robotic devices. So you're able to integrate all the technologies that we are talking about, and you're able to program them using languages like Python or Logo and so on. So Lego has introduced us into the robotic world in a very exciting manner, and I'm delighted that they have also decided to partner with us over the last couple of years, and they have been an integral part of what Athel Tinkering Labs is doing. So today we have one of the very key people from Lego, Miss Mary Enemark Olsen, who is the director responsible for child engagement at the Lego Group. And I'm very happy and privileged to invite her on this platform to be able to share her views on what Lego is doing, her own journey in Lego, which will be very exciting, I'm sure, for all young kids as well as all of us to hear, and what child engagement is all about, how Lego engages with the child, not only from a point of view of introducing them into the world of robotics, in the world of building blocks, and in the world of creativity, but also how do they also ensure that the other aspects of online technology related to safety, related to privacy, related to doing using technology for good. There is a whole lot of things that Lego has been doing in this area through the Lego education, and it is indeed a privilege for me to be able to tell you something about Mary before I give her the platform. Mary leads a global team of specialists and oversees the Lego Group's strategies and activities to continue strengthening and innovating. The Lego Group's work to safeguard children, their rights, and well being throughout its operations and value chain, with a particular focus on digital engagement with children. Mary is also the focal partnership manager for the Lego Group Global Partnership with UNICEF, focusing on child rights and business. Mary is a 10-year plus CSR professional who has worked with CSR topics for several international brands, and in particular focusing on human rights strategies and social compliance management systems. She has a master in international studies from Aarhus University in Denmark and lives in Aarhus, Denmark with her son and her husband. We are privileged and we are delighted to have her in today's YouTube live session on creating a safe and holistic online environment for children. So, Ms. Mary Olsen, I turn it over to you to be able to introduce a little more about yourself than what I have read. Your exciting world in which you live in the Lego world, and anything that you would like to share on particularly the areas of your focus, which is child engagement and safety and protection.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much for this kind introduction and this invitation to join this exciting conversation today, Mr. Ramanan. I hope you all can see me. There was a little bit of a connection issue earlier, but I hope my camera is working well. It's such a privilege for both myself and the Lego Group to be able to be here today and to present some of the work that we do on this important topic that we're discussing today. And thank you for the introduction. You gave it almost better than I could have done myself. And you hit all the marks of what it is that I do. But I can share a little bit more of who I am and what I do. And then I'll also share just a little bit more about the Lego Group and what it is we do on this particular topic here. Just a few words of myself first. As mentioned, I'm the director of our responsible child engagement team at the Lego Group. And I'm leading a team where we work with implementing and guiding our business, implementing our policies and guiding our business on particular child engagement issues with a focus on digital child safety, child safeguarding, and child rights issues. And we also lead some of these strategic initiatives that we have under this umbrella of innovating this agenda going forward, and also leading some of the key partnerships that we have on this agenda. I have a background in sort of more classic social compliance, not particularly related to the digital world, but with how we as a company are responsible in our actions and in all of the interactions we have with our consumers, and for the Lego Group, particular focus on kids, obviously. And as Mr. Ramanan also mentioned here, the Lego Education, I believe, have a strong collaboration with AIM, which is fantastic. And I all know you know some parts of the Lego family through that collaboration. But hopefully I'm here today to share a little bit more about what it is that the Lego Group does in this regards. And I think we have a few slides that we'll be able to share as well. Great. It seems to work. Yes, so, and just to give you a quick introduction to the Lego Group, and we can, yes, perfect. So for those of you who might not be familiar with the Lego Group, we are a family-owned Danish business that was founded back in 1932. We have our products sold in more than 130 countries worldwide, and we're almost 19,000 colleagues worldwide working to achieve our ambition of bringing Lego play to children everywhere. We have our headquarters in Denmark, Billund, and we also have 3 other regional hubs, as we call them, one in Americas, China, and Asia Pacific. And the Asia Pacific region has its
I think it's got frozen or something, Ronak. Ronak, can't hear. Mary, we can't hear you.
Jenny, can you please check? So Ms. Olsen is reconnecting. Dear audience, so sorry for the technical glitch. We'll be back with you in a minute. Thank you. There's a technical glitch and she is going to rejoin the live session. Thank you.
Ronak?
Yes, she has been connected. Just quickly getting the access.
Okay.
Ms. Olsen, can you hear us? We can see that you are connected.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Oh
Yes,
my
we can
God.
hear you.
I was trying to log on from another computer because it seems to be not working here. This is just a classic COVID-19 situation.
So we are not able to see the screen right now. Have you displayed the screen?
Yes, I have, but I'm afraid. Can you see me now?
Yeah. Okay, great. We can see you clearly and we can hear you clearly.
Fantastic. So, where did you lose me?
Zinnia, can you please?
On the first slide.
On the first slide. Oh my God, that's a long time ago. I was talking and talking.
Okay, we'll have to start again.
I'm so sorry about this.
No, no problem.
Should we try not to share, or Jenny, are you sharing?
No, no, I think you can share. Is but you could otherwise talk about it. If you can't share it, it is fine.
Yeah, okay. Okay, but anyway, as I was trying to say, and I apologize again for this, if for those of you who might not be familiar with the Lego Group, we are a Danish company founded back in 1932. We are Danish family owned, and we're sold in more than 130 countries worldwide, where we have almost 19,000 colleagues worldwide. We have our headquarters in Enemark, but we do have also our regional hubs in Americas, in China, and Asia Pacific. What I can tell is that since we were founded back in 1932, we have obviously innovated and changed ourselves into new dimensions. So going from the wooden toy to producing the first coding product, Lego Mindstorms. And afterwards also having a passion to drive, and that drives to develop something new, meaning that actually 60% of all of our SKUs and products are new every year. But we've also grown into develop more digital experiences, and that has really been together with the development of technology and general digital experiences. And it's also something for us where we've found, and it's a space that provides many more opportunities to expand the reach of children and to enhance their play and learning experiences. And we've seen that come from movies, as you can see here in some of the slides. So from movies to games to social platforms. And also in connecting the digital world with the physical one, where you've seen latest Super Mario that was released recently this year, and where Super Mario comes to life and interacts with the build. With expanding our engagement with children within the digital environment, we also, as a company, are fully committed to ensuring that these digital experiences are safe and as safe as the physical product. We know that parents are super concerned about online and digital safety, and we actually did ask parents in what we call our Play Well report, and more than 90% of parents said that they were concerned about digital safety. So it's quite crucial for us to give children and family a great first digital and social experience. And that's also why we launched the app called Lego Life, which give young builders a fun space to share their Lego creations on live in a safe by design platform. As part of our efforts in supporting and promoting children's rights, also in a digital environment, we have partnered with various organizations. In particular with UNICEF, as Mr. Ramanan mentioned in the beginning, we've partnered with them since 2015. And we do so to improve children's lives and leave a positive impact of them via the commitment to the 10 children's rights and business principles. And those of you who don't know it,
Can't hear you. Mary, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Mary. No, we are not able to hear you. Mary, we are not able to hear you, unfortunately. I don't know whether she's getting the message. She can hear us? Ronak? I don't think she can hear us either.
Marie? Marie?
Can you please check this?
Yeah, I'm trying to get her attention. Marie?
Yes, I have sent her the message.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are not able to hear her.
Sir, so I think our audience is also there, and as we are facing some glitch, I think I can just take this opportunity to congratulate our audience on YouTube that we have just crossed 10,000 subscribers in such a small time of 5 months. So I would just like, sir, you to just congratulate our audiences that they have been so supportive on all our content, whether they are webinars for AICs or the launches of our module. They have been so receptive, and we have gotten so much love on YouTube. It's all the contribution of our whole team, and I'd just like you to take this time just to thank our audience, sir.
Yeah, no, I think thanks, Vedant, for pointing that out.
Sure.
And I would like to, first of all, thank every one of you who is logged on to this call, and for all the others who have become, members of, I would say, the Atal Innovation Mission community. These sessions that we are creating for all of you is for your benefit and for your understanding of how we can leverage technology, tinkering labs, and emerging technologies of the future. And it is wonderful and amazing that all of you have become part of this community. And I want to thank you. I want you all to spread the word. There are a lot of students from your schools, and you're all part of social media groups. So please ask everyone to subscribe to the YouTube channel of Atal Innovation Mission. It is a great platform for you to learn about new things, to be able to be familiar with what we are doing. And so I just want to thank all of you. But we are having Mary back on the network. So Mary, please continue from where you left off. I think you left off on the slide where it shows that how you have been integrating the media, the social media, the
Lego Life app.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think probably we should try not to show the slides because
Yeah,
maybe
yes,
that also
should be
challenges
better.
with the bandwidth.
One of the questions that let me ask you a few questions so that
Yes,
we
let's
can
do that
structure out
instead.
of that, right? So, Mary, the Lego Group has been focusing a lot on children education, and today, post the COVID-19, the reliance on the digital media for education has become so very dominant and prominent. So, under these circumstances, you rightfully pointed out that children's safety, digital online safety, being able to technology provides you access to a whole lot of stuff, and it is important for young kids not to get influenced by the bad stuff, and to also have parents be able to allow their children to navigate the web, but at the same time they are very worried So what are some of the things that Lego is doing to build awareness and education in this area?
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. I mean, the COVID-19 situation have certainly given some challenges for kids around the world, and has also increased the time that children spend on digital devices and are in the online environment in general. And I mean, children that are sitting at home with closed schools, learning from home is skyrocketing, and we see screen time and also triple 1,000 times here over the COVID-19 situation. And we definitely also, as a Lego group, have seen similar trends where we have seen more kids than ever in our digital ecosystem. And we can actually also see that kids are staying on our digital devices for a longer time. So that's a clear trend that we can see as well. One of the things that I can see is being requested or raised here is really the request for quality content. So for quality experiences for kids that are safe and where they can actually be able to freely play and enjoy themselves online. And we all know that a lot of digital experiences and platforms are not designed with kids in mind. So there's really a request for companies and providers to come together to develop something that is great for kids in these times.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, Mary, what is the role that parents, mentors, and teachers have to play in this online environment world that we are living in? What is some advice that you may give, or some of the tools that Lego has made available so that teachers and mentors and parents can access them and learn a little bit more on how to navigate this exciting world, but sometimes a little worrying world?
Yeah, it is. It's super exciting, but can also be a frightening place and a open place where you can't really understand where it ends and where to start, basically. But what we can see is that parents are definitely needed in this sense here. And children need role models to understand how to navigate in an online world. And it's super critical that these parents and mentors or of caregivers or whoever it is in their community teach how basically, first of all, understand the risks out there, and also understands the opportunities for kids to be here, and understand their role in helping and facilitating a world online. And we have also, as a Lego group, done various things also here in COVID-19 times. So we've shared some tips for how parents can engage with their kids online. And we've also recently launched some more in-depth material and campaign around engaging parents in a conversation on online safety. But what I can say, sort of kind of the ground rules that we have shared in these times, is that teachers and parents, they basically need to start talk to their kids about online safety. Have an open chat about what they do online and be positive and listen basically to what kids they say. Talk to them about safety and talk to them about what's appropriate for the age that they're in, and talk to them about what platforms or websites or whatever is out there. And also check in to see if they're worried. Is there anything that they are struggling with?
Great. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I think that is so very important. Mary, you have been associated with the Lego world now for almost 10 years, as I understand. And you must have seen some really exciting innovations being done by young children, 10 to 14 years old or 16 years old, with all the Lego tools and kits that you have made available, particularly the Mindstorm kits. Can you tell us one or two examples of something that has struck you deeply and which you think is worth sharing?
Oh, I think there's so many things. Obviously, we have a huge pool of fans that help us also form our new products, and that we bring in to build new experiences, basically, and help us make the new products available. But what I think is what I want to mention here is kind of two things. One is that we in these times, both in COVID-19.
You're gone. We can't hear you. How do we? I think she can't hear us either, right, Ronak?
I have sent her the message, sir.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, when she's coming onto the call, what I would request all the students who have logged on is, robotics is becoming an exciting world. And Lego has many, many tools. I think you should visit their website and you should look at all the other resources that Atal Innovation Mission has given at your disposal. Because that's one world which is going to dominate with the convergence of artificial intelligence and sensor technology and mechatronics, as they call, the combination of mechanical and electronic engineering. This is all going to come together. If you look at drones or if you look at robotic systems, there are several individual things that can happen with robotics. It's not like, normally we think about the Terminator or movies like that, but robots are having very specific functions, and you can build very specific functionality. A robotic arm, for example, a robotic dispenser, a robotic platform in a hospital or in a restaurant. So there are many things that you can do into robotics for manufacturing and so on. So we are having Mary back. Mary, I keep them engaged when you are when we lose you. So I was just sharing with them how exciting the world of robotics is today, and the potential that it has in so many sectors of that we need, whether it is in manufacturing, agriculture, whether it is in hospitals, healthcare, whether it is in education, and so on. I remember seeing one of those robots which answers all the questions and also displays something in Singapore when I went some years ago, and they had on display a robot which was absolutely amazing in the Nanyang University in Singapore. So.
Yes, and I mean it's also what we need to be mindful of here is that technology gives so many opportunities for kids. And also when engaging in online platforms, I mean, there are so many opportunities to develop their skills, build empathy skills, creative thinking. There's so many things, and we just need to be mindful that when we provide digital experiences for those kids, we make sure that they're safe. We make sure that there is a room for them actually to develop these skills, and we also push them in the right direction. And when we do that, it's so much easier for them to actually develop and to grasp those opportunities for skill development in the platforms. So that's very crucial.
And at the same time, Mary, and this is, I think, where your work is also focused, we should not get consumed by digital technology that we lose connection with the physical world that we live in. And,
exactly.
People will play digital games, but they forget to play a game of football outside, or they don't go and play soccer, or they don't play hockey or cricket. And with augmented reality, virtual reality, all these devices can hook you so much that you lose time on your physical interaction relationship. So what do you have to say about that? I'm sure that is something that you try to bring to focus in your particular line of work.
Definitely. I think what is important is that one of the initiatives that we have at the Lego Group is to engage kids in what we call our digital citizen program directly into our products. So we have, for example, in Lego Live, we have campaigns, we have content, we have quizzes that educate kids on how it is to stay healthy on digital platforms. And one of the things that's important also is to develop the skills for kids to understand what is actually a healthy balance between being online and being in the physical world. And personally, I believe that's much more effective than us telling you now you can't be more on a digital platform. We need to educate kids to understand when it's good time to be online and what you can build there, and also when it's good time to be offline. And I think that's what us as companies we need to provide, as well as an opportunities and a space where people can or where kids can get these competencies while playing.
Very good, very good. I know we have taken a lot of your time, and it's almost 45 minutes since we started, so I don't want to take more time right now. I just want, Mary, what is the next big thing or exciting thing that is happening in the Lego world for students? If there is something that you can share, and plus any important remarks that you want to make to all the young students who are out there. We have, just for your information, we have more than 5,400 adult tinkering labs operational, and almost 2 to 2.5 million students have the opportunity to engage in technology and tinkering technology and robotics and IoT and so on through the do-it-yourself kits or through the building blocks that you provide. So that's a large number of students who are getting inducted into a world of problem solving and innovative thinking rather than just rote learning. So what messages would you have to give to all these young students out there? And what's the next big thing on the Lego world that you can share about?
So actually what I want to mention is that we this year launched a new initiative we call Build and Talk, so a small build for big conversation, where we provide some tools for parents and children and young children to have conversations about digital safety and well-being. And obviously that speaks to parents and caregivers, but what we also would like students and kids to do is help us test such a format. Because when we talk about providing safe digital platforms, giving kids opportunity to develop their skills in these platforms, we really want to do it together with kids. So we really want to engage kids in these things, get their input on, does it work, doesn't it work, what's the good conversation to have around these issues, what are they concerned about, is it privacy, what's actually the issue for kids in a digital playground, you can say. So I would really urge a lot of kids and students to also engage with us on what works and what doesn't work. And then obviously as a Lego entity, we have plenty of you can say involvement and events with kids. And I know that we previously also in Lego education, as you know, we've had these first Lego League competitions, and I know that they're talking about also doing some new potentially digital elements on that. So lots of opportunities for kids to and young people to engage with us on these platforms. But for where I stand and what the input I need is definitely also some solid testing on what we do is actually the right thing to do. We are very keen to hear from kids about these issues and what they think about before they go to bed at night. Often they do it with a
Oh, we lost her again. Maybe we lost you in the last segment, the last few words. So anyway, while she's coming on the line, I just want to let everybody know that we will put the list of resources that Lego is offering free for your access. We will make a list of those resources and make it available to you on the Atal Innovation Mission website. And Ronak will of course, send a message across to all of you on that. Do avail of it. They are looking at introducing some new products. It will be great to test them out from our perspective, so that that feedback will help in being able to make those products very robust and make those products usable by everybody. And I think Mary is coming back.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So Mary, yeah, I was just telling everybody that we will make available the list of resources and the links which you would like the students and the teachers to test out your product.
Yes, definitely.
You know that we have a very big community of potential testers for you, ready and willing to do that.
That would be fantastic. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So, it's been wonderful, Mary, chatting with you and interacting with you and getting to hear about the importance of digital safety, online safety for children. Also to learn about what Lego is doing in this area and the new tools and technologies that Lego is making available to all the young students out there. I have to tell you that we feel very privileged that you are partnering with Atal Innovation Mission. You have adopted a number of tinkering labs, which is fantastic, because you are also showing them the way of how to be more creative, how to create better solutions. Many of our children from our schools participate in the World Olympiad, Robotic Olympiad. You have been also engaging with us in being able to encourage the children to participate in that. I think our relationship is going to grow from strength to strength. And finally, the young students are the ones who are going to benefit, because they are the future of the world in which we are going to live in, and they're going to create the future.
Definitely.
So
definitely. I fully agree. And thank you so much for inviting me, Mr. Ramanan. It's been a pleasure. And I really, really hope that you got out of this as you expected. I apologize for the bad connection here from Denmark, but I hope it worked in the end. If so, please always reach out to me if anything there. I'm happy to engage on these important topics. And then I just hope everybody is safe and sound at home and get through this crisis well.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Zenil. Thank you, Ronak and Vedant, for facilitating this interaction. And a very good evening to all of you, young students, teachers, parents, principals, as well as young students who are out there, bright innovators who want to create something new with the robotics and Lego world that is all available to you. And once again, thank you so much, Mary, for participating in this session. All said and done, I think there were many things and many takeaways that everyone had from your session. And even when you were briefly out of the session, I took the opportunity to share a little views of my own. So I think
fantastic.
So thank you all once again. Good night to everybody.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.